You know? Like, I don't think there's nothing that the Creator intended. You know what I'm saying? To think like a man. You know what I mean? Just think about it. Think like a man. That's really advice that you would give a dyke. You know what I'm saying? You would tell a dyke to think like a man. I mean, let's think about it. All day you hear so much nigga bashing. Deadbeat this. Niggas ain't this. Niggas always cheating. Nigga can't get a job. Nigga in jail. And you want to think like a man. I mean, because when you say think like a man, it basically, women basically take that as think like a nigga. You know what I'm saying? When you say think like a man. Because if you said think like a real man, I think it would definitely be a lot different. You know what I'm saying? I think that would really challenge women. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to find a real man. So I think like a real man. So you gotta be hip to what how it can really be perceived when one says think like a man. So I think it was real. Ain't no think about it. You know, it was real hurtful for Steve Harvey to even perpetuate and stimulate such a ill concept, man. Like such of a cancerous concept, man. It's a cancerous concept that our women have kind of been on. And for you to bring it, for y'all to bring it to the front with a book and a movie, it's like busting a pimple up, sort of. You know what I'm saying? It's like it came to a head and, you know, the movie and the book just, you know, bust the pimple, you know. So, you know, I just really want y'all to think about that, man. You know, most definitely. And I just wanted to drop this video, man, to get everybody's opinion, because I don't see how, in any way, shape, or form, how thinking like a man would help you, unless you're talking about taking a stand, you know what I'm saying, against something. And just to break down a little history, man, like, so you'll understand where the beginning of our strife with each other kind of came from. Is back in the civil rights movement, we were moving together. You know, men and women were pushing for freedom together. You know, then COINTELPRO implemented the women's rights, you know, movement. So, you know, consequently, our women that were with us in the civil rights movement took off and went ahead with the women's rights movement. And, you know, men were left alone in that battle. And we've been out here alone ever since then, and it's just been this independent woman, and I ain't knocking that at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I always wanted my woman to be independent, but y'all got to realize that we got left behind, you know, in lieu of the women's rights movement. That was the women's rights movement was a whole total distraction from COINTELPRO for the black woman to leave the black man in the fight of freedom. And that's exactly what happened with the women's rights movement. And man, the black man's been catching hell ever since then. And I mean, even before that, women, I need y'all to understand that the black man's been in trouble way before we were even American slaves. You know, I need people to read up on the transatlantic slave trade, the Muslim Arab slave trade over there in the Middle East before we even came to America. You know, we need to understand that the same way that Christianity was plastered on us, when we were slaves, is the same way that Islam was plastered on us, you know, before we even came to America. You know, and a lot of us don't know that. You know, where our men were castrated and cut off. You know, a lot of men didn't even make it to the Middle East in the transatlantic slave trade, because that's mainly where they ended up at, over there in the Middle East, Pakistan, Iraq, and all that. You know, under the Muslim faith. You know, just like we were under they plastered the Christian faith on us captured Africans. Cause that's what we are. I mean, a lot of people now we're trees without roots. So we're just kind of like sheets in the wind, you know, because we don't appreciate our African heritage. Never really have been told the truth about our African heritage. They have made it so painful. You know, that's why black people don't even want to look back, because they've created it in such a way to where when we look back, the first thing we see is us in chains. We don't know anything about ancient Kemet and all the great things we did. So these are all things that have consequently brought about the whole think like a man, you know, have made it even possible. You know, so many factors. You know, our ignorance has made this happen. So I just wanted to drop a few facts on y'all, man. Tell I love y'all, man. Prophet, words of wisdom. You know, dig it.